Hello, and welcome to WSTC News. I'm Michael Jacob.
And I'm Sapphire Queen. The student-operated newscast is brought to you by the Belmont-Harrison Career Center and St. Clairsville High School.
Forgery is the action of forging or producing a copy of a document, signature, banknote, or work of art. Kimberly Kitchen finds the punishment of this crime to be more than she bargained for when she got convicted of forging her law degree. Taylor Dudek has more on the story.
Pittsburgh, PA citizen Kimberly Kitchen has been posing as an estate lawyer for nearly a decade now. She is finally being charged with a felony. I set out to interview some members of the community to see how they felt about this. How do you feel about the woman from Pennsylvania posing to be a lawyer for over a decade now?
I think in this day and age, and perhaps for a while now, people feel a real need to succeed. And when this particular woman probably didn't pass her boards, she felt the overwhelming pressure of society to make something out of herself and just pretended to be a lawyer. Not that that's okay, but I can sympathize with the pressure that comes from society to do something with yourself and make something of your life, and can perhaps sympathize with why she did what she did.
I feel that it's very bad that the community, the business bureau where she houses her business, her law firm from, and also the courts for not keeping track of that and making sure that everyone was legitimate. They check in to make sure that your license isn't expired, or they make sure when they pull teenagers over that they have no license problems or anything like that, but they can't check whether someone actually has a license to practice law, and that's pretty pathetic.
A Pennsylvania woman is facing fraud charges after it emerged she'd faked being a top estate lawyer for more than a decade. Kimberly Kitchen allegedly forged her law license, bar exams results, and an email showing she attended Duquesne University Law School to gain a job at BMZ Law in Huntington. The 45-year-old planning for more than 30 clients. She was also in line to be made partner. Her career suddenly started to come under question in December 2014, when claims that she had never been trained started to materialize. The firm vowed to review her work, and Kitchen stopped working.
It's pretty impressive, really. To me, anybody who can get by without a legal right to practice law and not be caught for a decade is doing something right. Shows some intelligence. And I don't know how she was as a lawyer, but I'm guessing she was probably pretty good if she's able to carry on this facade for so long. So it's kind of impressive. It's sad that it comes to that, but it's pretty impressive.
And for WSTC News, I'm Taylor Dudek. Back to you.
What would you do with $1 billion? Well, if you're Congress, you are now thinking of spending the dough on some new wings for the president. Here's WSTC reporter Zach DeNoble.
We're here at St. Clairsville High School asking students and staff on how they feel about spending $1 billion on the Air Force One. The military is asking permission from Congress to buy 3 new planes for the Air Force One. The military claims that the current fleet of 3 planes is getting too old and it's time for an upgrade. We're here with Mr. Bazzari. Mr. Bazzari, how do you feel on the upgrades to Air Force One?
I think it's definitely time for us to do some upgrades to Air Force One. When you have the president of the world's policeman in that plane, you have to be able to keep him safe and the dignitaries that are with him. And it's just time for an upgrade. We can't run on old technology. It's kind of like the first computer you ever had. Would you like to be still running on it? The first cell phone you ever had, would you still like to be using it? It's time for an upgrade, guys. And you know what? You have to pay. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is by taxing or by making money available through some other system.
We're here with Coach Fry. Coach Fry, how do you feel about upgrading Air Force One?
Well, I'm sure it's probably a necessity. The president is certainly vulnerable at times, high profile, and has a lot of enemies, I'm sure. So I'm sure that it's warranted. However, that's a lot of money to be spending on an airplane. So I don't claim to know enough about it to be able to give an informed decision, but that's a lot of money.
Well, I think it's a good idea because, our president needs to get around a lot safer, and he needs a beautiful, beautiful plane to get him around. And I think the military just needs to protect the guy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I believe on it.
With this money, you would be able to buy 250 Bugattis, a round trip to the moon, buy a professional sports team, Feed one person for 24 hours at $20 a person. You could feed 50 million people. The first signing between Boeing and the Air Force is expected to be held this year with the goal of flying the president in the new 747s by 2023. For WSTC News, I'm Zach DeNoble. Back to you.
Don't change that dial. Stay tuned for more WSTC News.
Spring break trips, prom, bad road conditions, and a sweet new business make their way to the Ohio Valley. You won't want to miss this.
Let's carry on and take advantage of the opportunities offered at the Belmont-Harrison Career Centers and learn a trade while earning your high school diploma at the same time. Check out interesting and challenging programs right now. Business, skilled trades, technical, mechanical, or personal services. You'll find Belmont-Harrison Career Centers facilities and programs truly amazing. See your guidance counselor or call the Belmont-Harrison Career Centers today at 740-695-9130 or visit their website at www.bhccenters.com.
It looks like Broadway at St. Clairsville has just found its next musical hit.
Footloose is magic.
You'll have a hard time staying in your seat. A real knockout. The best musical entertainment in the Valley. Come see St. Clairsville High School's Footloose the Musical on April 30th, May 1st, 2nd, 7th, 8th, and 9th. All performances begin at 7 p.m.
New York City, where dreams are made. Some students and parents visited the Big Apple on spring break. WSTC's Austin Ryan has more.
The St. Clairsville Band, Choir, and the St. C Singers attend to New York on their yearly trip. I call up some students and faculty to get more. What was your favorite part about New York?
I really enjoyed going to Puglia's, which is an Italian restaurant in Little Italy. It was really fun. There was these two music people that made us shake our napkins, which was one of the songs, and yeah.
Definitely seeing The Lion King on Broadway, because I've never seen a show on Broadway before, and it was an awesome experience.
Well, I tell you, there were a couple things. One, we were able to take 166 people to New York, and we had no problems. Everybody had a blast and did everything they were supposed to do. But I think some of the highlights were probably The Lion King, which was pretty phenomenal and awesome to see it on Broadway at its highest level. And also Puglia's Restaurant was an Italian restaurant in Little Italy, and had a guy playing accordion music and just singing and having a lot of fun. It was a blast.
As a senior, which trip was your favorite going on with Mr. Burke?
Definitely the Bahamas trip, because I love laying out on the beach, and you can't beat the warm weather.
Well, all four of them were really fun, but I would have to say Disney my sophomore year. I just really enjoy amusement parks, but this obviously it's Disney World, so who doesn't love Disney characters and all the whole shebang?
Out of the 4 trips you take, which one is your favorite?
Well, you know, I do all 4 trips for a reason, because they're all great venues for music, and so it's really hard to pick one. I know the Bahamas obviously is a cruise that a lot of kids haven't got to do, so that one's really awesome just for the wow factor. New York is awesome because you're seeing, music and Broadway at the highest level, which is a passion of mine, and I love it. We go to Nashville. It's a great relaxed trip, stay in the Grand Ole Opry Hotel, see some great country music, rock and roll music legends, and of course Disney has all kinds of great music, so they're all great trips.
Reporting from WSTC on top of the Statue of Liberty, I'm Austin Ryan. Back to you.
The stroke of midnight usually means curfew and bedtime, but on April 26th, 12 o'clock is when the party will just be about to begin. WSTC's Ashley Baker has more on the story.
The St. Clairsville After Prom will be held on Sunday, April 26th from 12:30 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. It will be held in the high school cafeteria and gymnasium. Any junior and senior that are attending prom or not attending prom are welcome to come after purchasing a $15 ticket. I've interviewed some students and faculty involved to get more. How is After Prom beneficial to the students?
We feel it's beneficial to the students rather than going to outside parties where alcohol could be a factor. This is a drug-free, alcohol-free get-together for the kids where they can have a good time with their friends in a safe environment. They can eat, play games, and win prizes.
How is After Prom funded?
After Prom's funded from the After Prom parents. They do a lot of fundraisers. One of the ones that I remember is them giving out like candy grabs and things. They sell them over by the office. A lot of other fundraisers too.
From a freshman student's perspective, how do you feel about After Prom?
Well, my mom's selling the tickets, so I kind of have to go, but even if she wasn't, I would still go because it keeps kids out of trouble.
What are you most excited about for After Prom?
I'm excited to hang out with my friends and mostly the cash giveaway.
Tickets for After Prom are on sale outside of the office during lunch. What are you most excited about for After Prom?
I'm most excited about the, I'm most excited about everything that's going to happen at After Prom, like the inflatables, the food they'll have there and everything. But most importantly, it's all about spending time with your friends. And if you don't spend time with your friends, After Prom is meaningless.
Reporting from WSTC News, I'm Ashley Baker. Back to you.
Spring fever is in the air, and as the temperature rises, the conditions of the roads fall. Oh my goodness, potholes. Here's reporter Zach Oliver with the story.
As a fellow pothole dodger, this year brings no surprise there are craters taking over the roads. We caught up with the pros to get their tips on how to avoid the most potholes. How do you feel about the county roads with potholes?
Potholes this year, due to the weather condition we've had, are extremely bad. It's a time of the year when they've just started to make hot patch, which is a real blacktop substance that holds up a lot better. Till this point in time, they've only been able to get cold patch. Cold patch is made to be a temporary fix, and if water gets to it or if the cold air gets it and freezes it again, it usually pushes right out very quickly. The bad thing about cold patch, it's triple the price of what regular hot blacktop is, and it doesn't last very long. It's just made to be a temporary fix during the winter season. It's not made to be a permanent fix.
How do you avoid potholes?
I go really slow, and if I see one coming, then I try to straddle it with my car. That way it doesn't hit my wheels.
What are some tips for other people to avoid them?
Definitely go slow, and if you know places that there are potholes, just, try to avoid them, I guess.
What are your tips for avoiding potholes?
This time of year, winter has passed, and especially up where I live, a lot of our back roads are awash with potholes. So my drive to work every morning is rather stressful. A couple things that I would recommend. One, got to be a defensive driver. You got to be looking ahead, at least a couple car lengths, watching out for those potholes. A couple signs that potholes are coming up, dark areas in the road, places where you can see gravel spitting up here and there. Any water laying in the road often let you know or hint that there's a pothole coming up. Also, I've often thought that if they could develop some kind of sonar system for the front of your car that could watch out a ways in front of you and detect any divots in the road, that would be advisable. But it's not been invented, so yeah.
I'm Zach Oliver. Back to you.
When you think of warm weather, you might also think of frozen treats. If you're looking for something delicious and affordable, Sincerely Yogurt is making its way to the Ohio Valley Mall with construction set to begin in early April. Amber Rusolti was in Steubenville to get more on the story.
With the healthy frozen yogurt trend becoming more and more popular, the newest upcoming addition to the Ohio Valley Mall, Sincerely Yogurt, is sure to be a big hit, and it's coming just in time for summer. Can you tell us a little bit about Sincerely Yogurt?
Well, it's a self-serve frozen yogurt shop, and so customers will come in and they'll just go through the steps, and you grab a cup, all the same size, and you just choose your favorite yogurt, put on your toppings, put on syrups, and then we weigh it and you pay it.
Unlike many frozen yogurt providers, Sincerely Yogurt serves authentic, non-fat, and low-fat frozen yogurt, which is made with all natural ingredients that contain no artificial flavors or colors. Why do you like Sincerely Yogurt?
I love to come here for the yogurt, but more than anything, I like it because I come here with my friends.
At Sincerely Yogurt, you can choose from over 80 ever-changing toppings, including fruit, nuts, candies, and seasonal goodies.
Are you excited for Sincerely Yogurt to come to the Ohio Valley Mall?
I sure am excited for Sincerely Yogurt to come to the Ohio Valley Mall because I love yogurt.
Watch out, Ohio Valley. It's about to get frozen. For WSTC News, I'm Ambria Stolte. Back to you.
WSTC will continue after this short commercial break.
Stay tuned for some of Chandler's spring cleaning tips.
Are you tired of always feeling like you're dragging?
What if you could have energy all day and never crash?
You might know him for fishing tips, but this week Chandler gives the inside scoop on cleaning tips this spring.
From fishing in the wild to cleaning tiles, I'm going to show you how to do some spring cleaning. What are some of your spring cleaning tips?
Spring cleaning is really important because it just makes you feel better and makes you feel more organized. So the first thing you should do is definitely clean out and throw away all the things that you don't need. So any papers that you have or any old clothes you can donate, get rid of all of those things. And then you just start reorganizing the things that you do need.
Thank you. What are some of your spring cleaning strategies?
A couple of spring cleaning strategies I've picked up over the years include one, a lot of people use a push broom, clean out their garage. Why would you do that when you got a leaf blower right there? Just blow all the dirt and dust right out of your garage in a couple of minutes. Also, got to invest in a carpet shampooer, okay? Why pay someone to shampoo your carpets when you could just buy one yourself? That's all I got.
Thank you. Nasal allergies caused by dust are estimated to affect approximately 50 million people in the United States. What are some of your spring cleaning tips?
Well, I like to clean my windows and my bathroom, especially anything that's made out of chrome, with vodka. It doesn't leave any streaks, but you have to get the really cheap stuff, and it cleans really well.
I'm Chandler Kilburn reporting for WSTC News. Back to you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with WSTC Sports.
Baseball, softball, and tennis are full of action this season. You won't want to miss this.
Let's carry on and take advantage of the opportunities offered at the Belmont-Harrison Career Centers and learn a trade while earning your high school diploma at the same time. Check out interesting and challenging programs right now. Business, skilled trades, technical, mechanical, or personal services. You'll find Belmont-Harrison Career Centers facilities and programs truly amazing. See your guidance counselor or call the Belmont-Harrison Career Centers today at 740-695-9130 or visit their website at www.bhccenters.com.
In case you haven't heard about me, my name is Pandles. Before I got into this game, everybody doubted me. They told me I wasn't strong enough, they told me I wasn't fast enough, and that I didn't belong in this game. I'm like nothing you've ever seen before. I got crossovers, spin moves, the quickest first step in the game. My defense lockdown. The reason why I'm so good is because Team Hydrate.
It looks like Broadway at St. Clairsville has just found its next musical hit.
Footloose is magic.
You'll have a hard time staying in your seat. A real knockout. The best musical entertainment in the Valley. Come see St. Clairsville High School's Footloose the Musical on April 30th, May 1st, 2nd, 7th, 8th, and 9th. All performances begin at 7 p.m.
Hello and welcome to WSTC Sports. I'm Jake Orr.
And I'm Abby Nelson. Let's now turn our attention to what's happening in the wide world of sports.
The St. Clairsville boys varsity baseball team will host the team opener at Memorial Park on Tuesday, March 31st. Here's Tommy Stewart with more on the story.
After the St. Clairsville Red Devils started off their season 1-0 against the Martins Ferry Purple Riders, they will now host their first home game against the Philo Electrics. Will you be attending the first home baseball game?
I'll be attending the first home baseball game, as well as all the home baseball games. I'd really make it my goal to even get to all the away baseball games. See, I just want to go to every baseball game. I really love baseball. We're going to pack a student section. Baseball is great. We want to make it to all the games this year.
Are you excited for the upcoming season?
Yeah, this is going to be the most exciting season so far because, I get to watch my friends out there and make a bunch of noise out there in the student section,
What are you doing to prepare for the home opener against Philo Tuesday, March 31st?
Well, we've been practicing all week. We practiced on Saturday. We hit a lot. We worked on our pickoff moves all week after our scrimmages. We scrimmaged a couple times last week, and we've just been practicing a whole bunch, preparing for Philo. We have Philo Tuesday, but I think the more important game is our actual opening season game against Martins Ferry. We're all really pumped up to play them, and it should be a good game.
The first home game of the 2015 St. Clairsville varsity baseball season was played on March 31st, 2015 at 5 p.m. against Philo High School. Being an upcoming freshman, are you excited to play baseball for St. Clairsville?
Yes, I'm very excited. I've been playing for about 10 years, and my two cousins have played for many years, and one of them goes to West Liberty for baseball, and another cousin is a junior right now, and my brother's a senior right now. So I hope to play with my cousin maybe next year, and I'm going to work hard to hopefully make the team next year.
As a St. Clairsville baseball fan, are you excited for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm real excited. It'll be fun to go watch the games. I have some friends on the team, so that'll be cool to watch them. And everybody on the team except for one person, I believe, is a returning letterman. So they're a good team. They work well together. I think it'll be a fun season to watch.
St. Clairsville knocks off Philo in a 4-1 victory and starts off their season 2-0. They look for more victory and success as the year continues. Reporting from WSTC News, and back to you.
As the weather warms up, the start of spring sports begin. Many schools from around the valley have already started practice. WSTC's Jake Orr has headed out to the Diamond for coverage of the softball game between St. C and Ferry.
The Lady Devils eagerly wait for the Riders at their home field and are ready to play the third game this week. This is their second time playing against Ferry, Monday being the first. I caught up with some of the coaches and players and asked how they felt about the upcoming season.
I was really proud of our girls. I thought offensively we were very strong, and we had a solid pitching performance. We were able to control some of their better hitters, and I thought our energy levels and intensity was also a strong point. So,
how do you see this year going?
We've set a lot of high goals for ourselves, and I think with the experience we have and our talents that we'll be able to achieve them all.
How do you feel about this being your last season, Kipra?
It's kind of bittersweet considering that I've only been here 2 years. It feels like I've been with everybody for 4 years, and with us all leaving next year, it's kind of sad.
How do you feel about the season this year?
I think we're gonna have a very successful season. We've been playing as a team in a whole as of right now, and we're playing as a team, not individuals. And we're undefeated right now, and that's one of our goals we're trying to keep. And hopefully, we're gonna be very successful.
How do you feel about the game against Ferry?
I feel like that was a nice win. I feel like Ferry is one of our biggest competitors, so getting the win against them was pretty good. We had a lot of good hits, and our fielding was on point that game, so felt good.
Reporting for WSTC News, I'm Jake Orr. Back to you.
Order on the court. The St. Clairsville tennis season is now underway. WSTC's Sapphire Queen caught up with some of the players and coaches to get more details on this year's season.
With the tennis season here, the team has been faced with many difficulties. From no seniors to build off of, and being introduced into a new coach, I've caught up with some teammates and a couple fans to get more on the insight. What made you decide to play tennis this year?
I heard Miss Saul was going to be the coach. I like her. And I wanted to try new things. Never played before. Want to meet new people.
Lately, the weather has not been in favor of the tennis team. There have been many cancellations for the practices and matches. Hopefully the weather will get better soon and they can get back at it. Do you enjoy watching tennis?
I certainly do enjoy watching tennis, especially when the pros are playing on TV. It's kind of fun to watch the head games that they play with each other, with all of the internal and external plays that they do, and it's kind of a show to see who's mentally stronger and physically stronger, because there's two parts to that game.
What do you guys do to get ready for the tennis season?
We just hit back and forth for fun and do practice matches.
For WSTC News, I'm Sapphire Queen. Back to you.
Well, that's all the time we have for WSTC News. Thanks for watching.
Stay classy and have a great week.
I love when Chandler. Chandler. I wonder how my mustache looks.
Watch out, Ohio Valley. It's about to get frozen.
Ebola soup.
What?
Ebola soup.
What are you talking about?
You don't get it? It sounds like a bowl of soup, but it's actually Ebola soup.
Oh.
Yes.
I bet nobody knows I have jeans on under this.
Can I have like a big cheesy smile?
By the time this gets done, nobody's gonna want yogurt. It's gonna be like fall. I moustache you a question. Oh, good one. That's the wrong number. My eyes. Everyone looks so amused to be here today.
They're being a goof.
Isn't this my story?
Yes, Anchor. Oh, wait. Thanks, Luke.
I didn't even breathe.
Oh my goodness, potholes. Should have been like, oh my goodness, potholes.
Well, if you'd read it like that, I'd have given you an award, but you wouldn't have.
Okay, Luke, you ready?